Hi, I'm Mark, and welcome to What's Brewing. Today I'm sitting down with Shannon Bares, the owner and operator of Farmers Drugs and Gifts out of Youngsville, Louisiana, for part one of her interview. But before we get into it, let's go ahead and roll that beautiful B-roll. Shannon, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
So, for people back home that aren't familiar with you, tell them who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Shannon Bares. My husband and I own a drugstore in Youngsville, Farmers Drugs and Gifts. I have 4 children, have been married 32 years, and I'm involved in a lot of community activities.
That's good. It's good to hear that you delved into the community.
Yes,
So
born and
let,
raised here.
so let's start with because I know there's a wide variety of topics we could talk about. But let's start with the business first.
Okay.
So Farmers Drugs and Gifts. When did you either open it or purchase the building?
We purchased it from the second owner in 2005, so we've owned it for 17 years. It was started in 1933 by Mr. Sexton Como, who then sold it about 30 odd years later to Merrill David. And then my husband David and I bought it from Mr. David in 2005.
Gotcha. You guys, so it's been 17 years since then.
Correct. I used to go there as a kid.
So is it kind of crazy now, now owning the business, like you said, that you used to go to as a kid?
It is. It is. We still get people who come in and ask where the ice cream is. We no longer have ice cream, but you used to be able to get scooped ice cream for 25 cents a scoop when Miss Merrill owned it years ago. So.
Now it's like $4 a scoop or something.
Well, if we had it, probably.
That's awesome. So so it's you and your husband. So what went into the decision to decide to purchase the business?
Well, my husband was working as the director of pharmacy at Our Lady of Lourdes. He had actually been subbing for Mr. Merrill because Mr. Merrill ran it by himself for years, and to be able to get a day off, he would have to have other pharmacists come in. He knew David, and David would come in a couple of Saturdays and relieve him so that he could get time off. And that's how Merrill met David, and they formed a friendship. And, you know, he wanted to own his own business one day, and Mr. Merrill called him when he was ready.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So so we understand now kind of the I guess the drug part in the name, who comes from your husband who's a pharmacist. The gifts part. So how many different things do y'all have in the store just besides doing pharmaceutical stuff? What other things do y'all provide to the community?
We do have delivery. We have compound pharmacy that we've started. The gift shop carries all types of gifts: home decor, Mother's Day gifts, Father's Day gifts, baby gifts, religious gifts. A lot of smell good stuff, candles. What else do? We do immunizations, flu shots, COVID shots, shingle shots. We'll go out to different area businesses and do flu shots at their locations so that all their employees can get flu shots at one time. We do some DME, durable medical equipment, crutches, wheelchairs, that kind of thing.
That's good. I know one thing that's unique. For many years, I helped take care of a mentally challenged man. And one of the things that was easy for us that your pharmacy was able to do was do dose packaging. So it's like you're able to do single packaging doses.
Correct.
A lot of pharmacies do not offer that. And it was really nice to be able to do that so you can remember to take his medicine.
Yes.
And so I think that was a unique thing that you guys do in this town that a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
So from doing farmers drugs and gifts, what other things have you reached out or branched out to into the community to start helping out with?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm very active in my church, St. Anne's. We also have a crew in Youngsville that was started in 1981 or 82, which my parents were original charter members of, the Crew Days I Meet, crew of friends. I'm actually the president at the moment and have been probably for the last 12 or so years. I am also in the Youngsville Lions Club, which my father was also a member of. A lot of legacy in Youngsville. That started in 1950, and I am the secretary treasurer of that particular organization. Um, I'm also on the board for the Youngsville Chamber of Commerce, a member at large, a board member at large, but I have been past president and secretary of that. And I was recently appointed counsel for the City of Youngsville, Division E.
Okay, so you served in the chamber. You served on many other community-based organizations. You served in the chamber, and you've also been on city council.
Correct.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
When do you find time to sleep?
Well, I'm busy a lot, but it's good to stay busy.
It's good to stay busy.
Yes.
Yes, it's when you sit and you have the moments to idle. You're just like, no, that doesn't work. So one thing I did hear about, and we'll probably elaborate more in a little bit, was you're actually one of the people that helped start the Youngsville Chamber.
Yes. In the beginning, can't remember the exact year, 2006 maybe, 2007. Two other members, business people in town, wanted to start a chamber, and they contacted me because I am born and raised in Youngsville. I know a lot of the people here, and we now had our own business here. So I was asked to start the chamber with them, and I was the first secretary of the chamber in 2006. It was very, very small back then. We met in a local cafe. If 10 people showed up, we were doing well. The mayor usually showed up to our meetings. We had a few other business members, but it was very, very small in the beginning.
Oh, that's crazy to hear. And it's crazy to see. I definitely want to learn more about like how it started and how like that whole process was. But I was want to see if you would be willing to do a part 2 to this interview.
Glad to.
No problem. Well, Shannon, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Well, that's going to do it for us here over at What's Brewing. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button, crush that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell to keep up to date with all the videos that we produce. But until the next one, have a good one.